Hello everybody, Average Gamer here. Welcome to another episode of Let's Talk. In this episode, pay to win. So, a lot of arguments all over the place saying MechWarrior Online is pay to win, MechWarrior is not pay to win, etc, etc, etc. And I wanted to kind of lay in a little bit, in my opinion, in this whole thing. Number one, yes, there are certain things about MechWarrior Online that, you know, you have to pay for. Some people complain about the fact that the clan mechs, when they were first out, were behind a paywall for 6 months. Some people say, well, actually, I don't think it was 6 months, but it was a while. Some people complain about, you know, the new mechs are behind always a paywall for X amount of time, and all that stuff. And technically, the new mechs are always the pay-to-win mechs, right? They're always better, blah blah blah. Specifically when the clans came out, and we all know clan versus IS, technology-wise, all that stuff. So, what I came to the realization is, I looked at all the different mechs that have been coming out over the last couple of years, looked at their stats, look how they're sitting, how they are now, how they were back then, all this stuff, and I came to the realization of a few things. Number one, yes, some mechs are behind a paywall. Now, we're going to go into three different types of mechs behind paywalls. The first one is your hero mechs. Second is your champion mechs. And third one is your pre-order mechs. We're going to talk about the hero mechs first. So some people say hero mechs are OP. Hero mechs are pay to win because you pay and you get an advantage. I say to you, no, you're not. Why? Because if you look at certain meta websites and things like that, you'll even see that the majority of hero mechs suck. Basically, the whole point behind a hero mech is for lore. In my opinion. Those are for people that have spare $20 for the month, want to spend it on MechWarrior, don't know where to spend it or are thinking about it, and are big Battletech fans. And they want a piece of lore. They want to be the pilot of the Pretty Baby, the pilot of the Saiyanize Blues, the pilot of the Hellslinger. They want to be the pilot that they read about in a book. And the mech happens to be in the game. That's what those guys are. They have no real... If I took a Pretty Baby, which is an awesome hero, and say an 8Q, which is, I think it's an 8Q, the one with all the PPC quirks, I would, and I do, hands down, take out the PPC boat. More often than I take out my Pretty Baby. I feel as though the Pretty Baby, good, doesn't have the best hardpoints. Doesn't have the best quirks. To make it more viable, I've got to throw in a massive engine in it, make it quick and fast maneuverable, but I get torsoed and I die. So, you know, looking at those things, I realize, you know what? This hero mech is not as good as the regular variants in the end. You look at some other ones. Yeah, you know what? Now and then they may have come out, they may have been a little overpowered. It happens, right? They design a mech, it comes out, oh crap, you know what? It works a little too well. You know, the next patch, they lower it down. It happens to every single mech when it comes out. That's just a given. It happens even when tanks come out and roll the tanks. You know, it's one of those things where things get rolled back here and there. You know, it happens, right? They release it like the Archer. The Archer got released, and it was the opposite. It had to get buffed. So I mean, these things happen. Second thing I'm talking about is the champion mech. Now, the thing with the champion mech is it's a regular mech, just done, like, pretty much pre-designed for you to be the best of that chassis. There's one of each one variant of each chassis that is a hero mech that has the ultimate build on it. For example, I did the video recently about the Raven 3L, where it's pretty much the meta build. So it's definitely one of those things where, you know, you sit back and go, I can get it for free, grind out, make the money and all that stuff, build it myself, or drop $5 or $3 or $2 or however much it is, and just buy the mech outright while it's done. Okay, well, it comes with a 30% seeable boost. That's basically to, you know, push people that are on the edge, saying, should I pay my $2? Should I pay my $3? It's like, well, I get more XP, so fuck it, why not? And then, boom, they get it. So that's what champion mechs are. You're basically paying not to have to go buy the mech for free, and well, with your earned C bills, and grind it out and all that stuff. You basically get it pre-built. All you got to do is just go and play it and earn your XP. The next one is the pre-orders. So yes, of course, pre-order mechs are behind a paywall. They're usually behind a paywall for, I think it's about 6 months. Is how long they're behind that paywall for. Which, I mean, it's no big deal. Yeah, the prices are high, and that's usually what the argument is. They're priced high, and usually they don't get nerfed or buffed for a couple months after they've been out. Sorry, they get buffed if they've been out for a month and they're bad. They get nerfed after like 3 or 4 months. Just before they go free, right? It's the way everyone sees it. In actuality, usually it's the other way around. Usually within about 2 to 3 months, they get reduced. Because they've got to be out for a long to see how they work. I've bought mechs and I haven't bought mechs. So I know both sides of the coin. Now, one of the things about this is the mechs themselves are not pay to win. Because pay to win is you're buying the firepower, you're buying it to win. But you're not. You're basically paying for early access. You're paying to get those mechs first. I almost want to say you're paying into the test run of the mechs. Because usually for the first month or two, no one knows how to pilot them. No one knows how to build them out. No one really knows what they're going to be good at. Or how they're going to be on the battlefield. So for those first 2 months, sometimes I'll even say 3, no one really knows if it's even going to be a good mech or not. So, you know, it's one of those things, right? Where I say you're almost paying, basically, to test a mech on the battlefield. You're almost like a test pilot, basically. And last but not least, the whole pay-to-win thing, in the end, is my opinion, it's not pay-to-win for MechWarrior Online. Yeah, you can spend money and things like that. But it's more like pay to get access to. Pay to not grind. Pay to grind less. You know, pay to spare time, basically. So you have someone who can play for, say, a week, or you have someone else that can drop $20 and get the exact same thing for the person who played for the entire week. You know, it's one of those things where I look at it on a $20 scale. What can I do myself that is equal to that $20? How long does it take me? And then kind of average it out from there. So right now for $20, you can buy 3 mechs. Or if you grind out for an entire week, you can buy 3 mechs. I've been grinding, haven't really been grinding all that much, been playing matches here and there, and I've already got 10 million. Now some people are going to argue, well, that's not enough for clans, blah, 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 blah. Yes, that is true. But clan mechs are also more expensive, so we're just using this on a $20 to $20 scale. So for the amount of XP and C-bills that you can get, or the equivalent of $20 in the game, so you get 3 mechs at $20, average out the price, and look to see how long it takes you to play. If it takes you like a month to earn enough C-bills and all that stuff to actually play, or say buy 3 mechs, then yeah, okay, I can understand where you're sitting. You're not playing that much, and you know it's taking forever to earn that stuff. Now, if you also look at the other side, someone works a lot. They work, 10 hours a day. When I used to work for tech support, I would work 10 to 12 hours a day, 4 or 5 days a week. And I had money. So my theory was, well, I don't have the ability to play as much, so I'll throw money at the game, unlock what I would for that week. Now, I would never bought C-bills. For the record, never bought C-bills. But I bought MC. And I'd buy a mech with the MC. Which, with me at the time, I had disposable income, so to me that was no big deal at the time. But still, not pay to win. You're basically paying to either avoid the grind, or not paying and doing the grind. Anything that can be purchasable with money can also be purchasable for free. Like I said, there is the odd thing like heroes and champions that are behind the paywall, but yet again, they're not the best. For example, Kodiak 3, right now, best mech in the game. Yes, I think it's actually free. Yeah, it's free now. Everyone can have the Kodiak 3 if they want it. So theoretically, if this game were pay to free to were pay to win, the Kodiak 3 with dual Gauss and dual ERPPCs and machine guns that have no ammo, if it were pay to win, you and I would not be able to get that mech unless we paid for it. Simple to that. Jenner 2Cs with all their streaks and all their SRMs. Stormcrow with all its SRMs and First Scout Play. Those would be pay to win mechs. We wouldn't be able to get those mechs, but we do. Some people do complain about the price of clan mechs versus Intersphere mechs, for example. The fact that some of the mechs are twice the price. That is true. They are twice the price. So for a mech that would be 4 million C-bills in Intersphere, its equivalent is 8 million C-bills in the clans. That is true. Some people say that's pay to win. No, it's not. Because when you think about it, you're paying for better tech. You're paying for better range. You're paying for basically that more advantage. That's why they're more expensive, because they are better. You know, it's one of those things. I pilot clan mechs and Intersphere mechs. I'm not going to get into a clan versus IS argument over imbalance and all that stuff, but there's a reason why they're more expensive. So it's not a pay to win. It's you pay for that, you're getting something better. And it's free. You grind up, you save up, you get it. You earned it. So that is my little mini rant on pay to win. Live stream this weekend, I'm hoping, on Saturday for some MechWarrior Online. Hopefully the PTS will be up soon, and we'll be doing maybe a live stream of the PTS. See you guys later. See you in the next episode. Bye-bye.